Hello, welcome. I have been thinking about doing this video for a very long time. Long time as in what prompted this video was when the Pantone color of the year was revealed as Peach Fuzz. I was expecting a lot of beauty releases, perhaps at a fault. I blame myself for expecting or assuming, but I thought perhaps I will see a lot of peach fuzz or peachy beauty releases, which there were some, but for some reason my brain or eyes were drawn to the blues, the Cornflower Blues. There were a lot of releases where it could be an eyeshadow palette or palette in general, and then there's that pop of blue, and I'm drawn to it. And I got to a point where I thought, this is just me in my head, myself. I got to a point where I thought the Pantone color of the year was Peach Fuzz. How come it seems like I'm noticing the blues, the Cornflower Blues? I say Cornflower Blue because my description of blue in general is limited to dark blue, light blue, sky blue, baby blue. If I have heard of Cornflower Blue, I haven't heard it often enough to remember there's such thing. So my pull towards that shade made me venture into my beauty capsule to see what products do I have that reminds me of that shade. Also, perhaps it will a way to deter myself from purchasing a product that has that pop of blue just because. I'll start off with nail polishes. I wanted to share some nail polishes that I have that remind me of Cornflower Blue. Now, some of the products that I will share with you in this video, it's not exact. Some perhaps exact, but this is just for fun. This is an inspiration for me. I'm inspired to explore this Cornflower Blue shade and play with it. I haven't been in a mood to actually wear the shade as an eyeshadow shade or even nail color, but sometime I will get around to doing so. So for this video, I will simply swatch and show you the shades, eyeshadows, and nail polishes that I pulled out to play with as an inspiration for myself. Also, the more I look at this color and while pulling out some of the products and looking through my beauty capsule, this shade brought me joy. It was exciting going on this adventure to discover. So the first nail polish I want to share is this Chanel nail polish in Lagoon. And this is the shade. That's what it looks like. And that's the shade. I have it my first two fingers, thumb and index finger. Beautiful shade. When this was released, I didn't purchase it for a while because I thought I already have something similar, right? And that's something similar I thought was the Zoya nail polish in Saint. And as you can see, it has that blue to it, but there's a purple sheen to it. And this is this one, my ring finger. And you can see the difference between the two, the Chanel and the Zoya. So this is what it looks like. It has that sheen to it. And then the last nail polish I have here is this Gucci nail polish in Lucy Baby Blue. I don't think this is lighter than the most Cornflower Blue that I've seen, especially with eyeshadows. But this is what this looks like on my nail. Beautiful. One coat is opaque. And I have it this finger and this finger. And these are the three nail polish that I have that when I thought Cornflower Blue, I pulled them aside to show you. So these, the Chanel, the middle finger and the pinky is the Gucci, and then the ring finger is the Zoya. I really like this, so I will wear it till it chips off or it gets to a point where I need to clean it off. Next are eyeshadows. The first one I have here is in this Gucci palette in Pure. This pop of blue, and I'll swatch it. There. And I'll swatch it right here. And it can be built up as well. Beautiful velvet formula. Next one I have here is the Victoria Beckham Beauty eyewear in Cornflower. And this is what it looks like. I can spread it out on the side. But something I enjoy about these eyewear, I have 4 of these so far. They last very long compared to most eyeshadows on my oily lids. So I blended it out here, but it's buildable. You can wear it at this opacity. When it sets, it sets. It's hard to remove. So at the end of this video, if I remember, I will run my finger over this part and you'll see. So there's that Little Cosmetics eyeshadow in Outrun. It's a matte shadow. Beautiful. I used to use this shade a lot. Haven't used it on an everyday basis, but the recent look I created using it is avant-garde look, editorial look that I created. I'll link that video if you would like to see it. And I used it as part of that look. This is what it looks like. It swatches darker, and it could be because my skin is already moisturized. When I say moisturized, I just recently took a shower and I applied lotion on my skin. So I think that might be contributing to how deep it's appearing. but with a brush it applies through the color, the shade. So this will apply this deep, especially if you have a wet sticky base on your lids. But this is what Outrun from Litho looks like. Next shade I have here is Terramoons Orion's Belt. Beautiful, one of my favorite Terramoons shadows, and also one of the first ones I ever purchased when I discovered Terramoons Cosmetics. This just has just a different dimension to it since it's a shimmery shadow. But it's beautiful. Imagine topping this like that on top of it. So layer any of these and apply this one lightly on top of it if you wish. This next shade is from Sydney Grace Cosmetics. It is in collaboration with Temptalia. It came from the Radiant Reflection palette, and it's gloss over. Very similar to the Chanel nail polish. And looking at it this way, I can see the sheen in it looking similar to Orion's Belt. And that's what it looks like. Beautiful shade. The next shade is a Pat McGrath shadow, Astral White, from the Subliminal palette, Mothership 1. And although it looks white, you can see the sheen. And I have a lot of shades like this, as in white, but then when you swatch it, it shifts a shade. Either blue, pink, red, green. But this is the one that I swatched, and its shift gave me that cornflower blue note to it. When I was selecting some of these shades, I thought about Divina Cosmetics Nokomis, but Nokomis has a purple shift to it. There's some blue in there, but it pulls strongly purple. But this is Astral White. Beautiful. The last shade is from Clionadh, their traditional circle pen shades. This is in Calx, C-A-L-X. This one actually reminds me of the nail polish Saint. It has that purple shift to it. It's blue, but then there's that shift. So blue and then the shift. I wore this one, all of these except for these two, I haven't worn in a while. Beautiful. Swatching these, I'm inspired to create a look, as in just create an everyday look one of these days. So before this video goes live, before I edit it and get around to uploading it, if I do create any looks with any of these, I will look at it. Look. I will attach it to this video so you can see. Another shade looking at this that I thought of was Craze from Terramoons. But Craze, although it looks like this in the pan, when I look at it, when I swatch it, it pulls more golden. So I didn't select that shade. But these are, it's not swatching well. I'll swatch it again. There it is. So these are the shades in my beauty capsule that I pulled out to share with you. When I thought about Cornflower Blue, these shades I felt represented that color in some way. Now that I look at the shade swatched, it pulls more green than blue, but in the pan it looks more closer to what Cornflower Blue could be. Out of all these, I feel like this shade, the Victoria Beckham Beauty shade in Cornflower, is actually the one that perhaps is a true representation of what the color is. That, then the Prada shade. But the goal here is not to be exact. This is inspiration for me. So with this finger, I will attempt to swatch heavily. I'm tugging my skin here. It took a big, forceful pressure for that shade to move. So you can see the skipping, but once it sets, it sets. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do you have any Cornflower Blue products? Shadows, nail polish, eyeliner in your beauty collection, in your capsule, in your beauty routine that you're inspired by? Have you been wearing this color? Is it just me, or did you also notice that some products this year had pops of this Cornflower Blue in it? Just looking at this layout, this color in general, makes me happy. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and while you're here, if you have not subscribed, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.